18 Entrepreneurial Guidelines. Just 1% of PR agencies make back every dollar you give them. In the first month, nothing happens. In the second month, they get you one article that's a newswire, whatever. And in the third month, maybe they get you on a podcast. And that's what I mean by it. Every PR firm is going to tell you, we're going to share with you how to become viral. We're going to share with you how to get out there and gain customers. We're going to end for only $10,000 a month and a 6-month contract of $60,000. Instead of trying to hire PR firms that act like they can solve every problem for you, be the PR firm. Today, you need to learn how to be a PR from YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. There are so many different ways to do it. Launch your own podcast. They haven't earned that money. That $30,000 you paid them for 3 months has been profit. Create your own blog. There are various methods to achieve this. Rather than employing a PR business, you could consider acting as your own PR agency. Being lucky is okay. Many people say, well, I don't like him. He told me, you're lucky, and I didn't get lucky. You see, luck is when preparation meets nursery. You may call me lucky all you want. I couldn't give a damn. The reason I don't care is that I enjoy being fortunate. You are aware of the entire, don't sweat the small stuff, philosophy. You cannot accomplish that as an entrepreneur. Maybe an artist can. Maybe a person in a completely other world can do it as a business person. If you don't sweat the minor stuff, don't worry about it. Life is so lovely. Who cares about the finances? I'm not required to view the declaration. Everything is good. If you don't make payroll for all of your employees, they'll complain that their checks bounced. And 7 of them will come to you and inform you that their $680 checks bounced. How? Oh, my gosh. Well, you weren't sweating the small stuff. Sweat everything. Sweat everything. When you first start. I don't know. And they said, well, I was telling you we got it. Everything depends on distribution. There are many great products that are never discovered. You must have a great product, but you must have a distribution without a strong distribution channel. You must decide whether you're going to create that distribution for yourself or you're going to leverage somebody else's. Nobody cares if you have a great product that you don't have distribution. Tame your worry. You're going to experience a lot of worry. It's inevitable. It's simply part of the game because you're scared. That you're going to run out of money, about your personal life, and that you're disappointing everyone. This is a basic formula. Anytime you get depressed, you're spending too much time thinking about the past. Anytime you get too anxious, you're spending way too much time thinking about the future. Anytime you're peaceful, you're here. This is one of the fundamental things I always tell people, even now, when I'm going through anxiety attacks myself. Being an entrepreneur, we therefore frequently reside here. That's okay since you have a seat on the vision towards our destination. Between vision and anxiety, there is a significant distinction. Because the vision is that we will be the biggest one day rather than what if this doesn't happen. Hence, keep that pendulum in your mind. Why am I feeling down? I'm overspending, and I'm reflecting about a decision I made 6 months ago that was unwise. Rise above it. Let's go on after taking something positive away from it. Keep up the good job. Keep networking since you never know what one connection may lead to a technological partnership investment. Aim for vision. When you want to stop, there's going to be times you don't feel like doing this thing anymore. It just doesn't make any sense to you. Say, why did I get started in the first place? What is the goal? Sell it to yourself repeatedly. Because you'll need it and there will be times when you want to give up. Recessions and depressions shouldn't frighten you. It happens automatically. Some of the most successful business people in history got off to a bad start. Most successful business people typically launch their ventures during depressions and recessions, so don't let that discourage you. Be in creating mode all the time. Your desire to improve something, a method of doing something, of servicing the customer, of going out and delivering the product, was what first got you interested about establishing a business. After that, you were able to make it through the first few years. But, There are instances when the entrepreneur shifts out of creation mode and turns too rational and uninteresting, at which point nothing keeps creating. There aren't any new objects being developed. Be always in the creation stage. Being in constant creativity mode allows you to always search for new, more effective ways to accomplish your goals. Be open to criticism. You have no idea how much I would have wanted to hear what the critics had to say. Some people have stated, "Don't listen to critics. They're haters." This is what I mean by that. Someone who is ahead of you has experience, so they know what you're doing incorrectly that you haven't learned yet. They definitely shouldn't tell you your weakness, because if they do and you fix it right away, you can compete with them. Since they are emotionally focused on letting everyone know that they are larger than you, critics lack the skills to achieve that. So, approach it with that perspective. He can be making you a lot of money by criticizing you. Be persistently tenacious. Be aggressive, play offensive, and do all the other stuff, but also be patient, because certain things will just take a long time. You can accomplish whatever you want and have unlimited resources. 40 weeks. Patience is sometimes a virtue. Have patience. There are certain things you can't push to happen quickly. You must wait for that. For certain things, you are responsible. Work hard and accomplish what has to be done, but also exercise patience, aggressively patient, not merely patient. Discover your blue ocean. Find a way to do something that is different from what everyone else is doing. If you haven't read the book Blue Ocean Strategy, the entire premise is to do something to set yourself apart from the competition. Find a method to stand out from your peers. Win over the appropriate folks. Sometimes individuals will say things like, "I don't care if I did it. I don't care what others think." You do need to win the correct people over. So you have to be sitting there asking, who is it that I want to win over? You must answer this question. Next, develop a plan for how to approach this individual and win them over. This plan may involve execution outcomes or winning over the 5 people they respect the most. But you need to find out how to influence the proper people. Make a list of the appropriate individuals, then develop a plan for approaching them. When you're little, your word has greater weight. Your words have meaning, and they will continue to have meaning. Yet when you're tiny, your word means 1,000,000 times more. You had to comply with whatever people ask of you, including their requests for favors, which is how your reputation finally spread. You're going to care a lot about it. Join an area advisory group. We act independently and with our own masterminds. I don't know if this makes sense, but whenever you can find a local advisory group, join it. They are so effective and proven because you learn about difficulties others are also facing, letting you know that you are not alone. Often, you'll come in and share your problem, and you may get the answer, but the other 6 people shared their problems. And you needed to learn from those more than the problem you actually had. Entrepreneurs might start their businesses since they don't want to ask for assistance. If this is a vice of yours, get accustomed to asking others for assistance. If you don't, you will go out of business quickly, since running a business requires a lot of support. Nevertheless, there is no way in the world you are going to accomplish anything significant without being able to ask for help. Don't stress about being humiliated. We seek the ideal product. You need to be a little bit shameless. Do not worry about being ashamed by your first MVP, your first product. Do not attempt to make it great right away. Just accept the fact that you're launching because, based on the feedback you receive from users, you'll improve. Continually consume biographies. Go read the biography of Teddy Roosevelt, the biography of Jobs, and the biographies of other people who were creating successful businesses. Watch films about people who overcame great obstacles and succeeded. Because of this, while you're struggling and feeling sorry for yourself, you can hear or read about Teddy Roosevelt suffering the loss of a child or a spouse and wonder what the fuss is all about. Would you prefer this man to your problem of working so many hours? Quit complaining and resume your work. Hence, reading the appropriate biographies or viewing the correct documentaries might really increase your sense of optimism and confidence so that you can go out and complete your task.